Roll call.
Mayor Connie Ball.
Here.
Vice Mayor Mike Profit.
Here.
Alderman Jeff Fancher.
Here.
Alderman Mike Hansel.
Here.
Alderman Bobby Knight.
Here.
Alderman Steve Smith.
Here.
City Attorney Terry Hurst.
Here.
City Administrator James Fincham.
Here.
Thank you. I apologize to everyone for being a few minutes late. I've got a new grandson. He had a few little minor health issues that were corrected, and he is at home doing real well. Went to the doctor today, and everything checks out really good, and he is trying to keep up with my son CJ at mealtime. So that's a good thing. But I do appreciate the whole community and everyone is involved in praying that everything would be well with him. Amen. The next item is the approval of the minutes of the December the 12th, 2017 meeting. You do have those minutes. Do we have a motion to approve as written?
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion or any corrections? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. I am going to add something to the item number 4, recognition. It is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and I don't know of any group of people that we could talk about concerning their selfless acts that they perform on their daily job. Being involved as a reserve for many years, I've been out on the streets with the local Newport Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, DEA, U.S. Marshal Service, Highway Patrol, all of them. And what you read in the paper, what you hear on the news, isn't a drop in the bucket to what these men and women are dealing with on a daily basis. You'd have to be there and see it to really believe it. And it's like we always appreciate our veterans one day a year, but it's really 365 days a year that we need to pray and be behind the blue all the time, because these guys really, they get spit on, they get cursed, they're always in danger of being beat on and shot and everything else. So thank you guys for what you do. Okay, next item, communication from City Administrator James Fincham.
Thank you, Mayor. The first thing I have is that once again it's time to begin the process of our home grant. For those interested in applying for a grant, there will be a meeting, a public hearing for applications here at City Hall on January the 18th at 5 o'clock. There will be a presentation on the program, and folks interested will be able to pick up packets at that time, and they will tell them when they'll be due back in and everything and how the process will work. So we just want to get the word out there about this meeting on the 18th so that those interested in the home grant can be here. The other thing I have is that the audit books are in. I have them right here tonight. If you all don't mind, before you leave, be sure to get your audit book with you. Next month we will be having a short, hopefully, presentation from the auditor on how the audit turned out. Once again, for the second year in a row, we have a perfect audit with no findings. And so I'm very proud of the staff for that. And if we can get that, I think it's 1 or 2 more years. If we can pull that off, then our status changes to a low-risk entity, and that means we don't have to have as an extensive an audit, and it should not cost as much. So it will, if we can keep that up for a year or 2 more, we'll be eligible for that cost savings. So just again, don't forget to get your book tonight after the meeting, and then we will have a short presentation next month on the audit. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Michael, did you have something?
I just had a couple of comments, just a second, for telling about our fire department and our street department during the bad weather. I could see them out late at night and stuff when the snow and ice come on it, and the streets were clear, but the next morning, Ben, I want to tell you, appreciate that. Randy, I know y'all had several fires, and it was pretty tough being out fighting fires and below zero weather and stuff. I just want to comment y'all on the good job that you did. Thank you.
Next item, there is a couple appointments to boards. Item A is discussion of appointment of fire civil service Arthur Stiles. And the notes that I have that the fire department, their appointee is going to be Jason Chrisman in place of Arthur Stiles. And do we need a vote on that? If that's their appointment, that's just for not just everyone's information.
I just also want to say I want to appreciate the service of Mr. Stiles and his quest and desire to honor the charter and everything about it. So it needs to be known that he publicly known. I appreciate what he did. I'm sure you guys do as well. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Thank you. This next appointment to the Fire Civil Service is made by the City Council. Willie Green's term is running out, and he does want to serve again, and I did call and contact him concerning that. So what's your pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve Willie Green.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
Got 4 seconds.
Any other discussion or nominees to that position? Being none, all those in favor for Willie Green indicate by saying yes.
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 Opposed is no. I hear none.
Thank you, Willie, for the job you did. Thank you for the job you did.
Item 7, report from the Tanner Preservation Alliance.
I really don't have anything to report. We haven't met since just before November, but I think James probably knows more about the progress of the project than I do at this point. We have a meeting scheduled for later this month, and I'm sure Gary will bring us up to date on what's going on with the building. Would like to interject one thing, though. As Mike mentioned, during the inclement weather, most of you know that I also serve on the Newport Utility Board, and during that time, we had no outages during that bad weather system that we had. So proud of the guys for that accomplishment.
Yes, sir.
I've seen them working on the lines and the water lines and all that stuff since they got through too.
Yes.
I've seen, but they're really working hard on stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trey. Relay that
Thank
message
you, Trey.
to them.
Okay, there's no old business. Moving on to new business. Item A is consideration of resolution 2018-01 authorizing the closing of Newport Police Department bank account from U.S. Bank.
Mayor, this is just an old account that doesn't have, it's no longer in use, has no money in it, and it just requires a vote from you all before we can close out one. We can't close it out without y'all's vote and authorization.
I make a motion to close this account.
Got a second? Go ahead. Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes. Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item B is consideration of letter of guarantee for USDA loan for the Newport utilities.
Hey, I'm Andrew Mize, Manager of Finance and Accounting, and we've got several members of RGE here in the back. Also, several members of our board are here. So I'll give you a brief background of why we're here, and I'll try to keep it brief. So a couple of years ago, the USDA approached Newport Utilities about getting involved in the Rural Economic Development Loan and Grant Program, or the Red Leg Program, which is basically just a pass-through of a loan from the USDA to the utilities, then on to an ultimate recipient, which so the USDA approached Newport Utilities about getting involved a couple of years ago. Newport Utilities decided RGE would be a good recipient. So USDA and RGE kind of worked out the details, and then Newport Utilities stepped back in. So we currently have a loan with the USDA for $1 million, and RGE has a loan from us for $1 million as well, so we just passed the money through. As a part of that, there had to be a letter of credit in place. So RGE got the letter of credit, and they've recently learned that their letter of credit will not be renewed. So that presents a major problem for the whole loan process with USDA, where they probably more than likely would call the loan, which presents problems for RGE. It could jeopardize the future of their plant in Newport if that happens, if they had to pay back $1 million just immediately. So the solution is that Newport Utilities can get a letter of credit in their stead with the USDA being the beneficiary. So that's why we're here, is to ask for that. Along with that, RGE has agreed to certain stipulations with us with Newport Utilities getting the letter of credit. So they will try to apply for their own letter of credit come next year when this is due again. Their letter of credit expires February 17th. So next year they will try to get their own letter of credit, which I should mention, they've attempted to get their own letter of credit this year, but due to several factors they haven't been successful. They're ultimately foreignly owned in the UK, which is a problem. Their financials and tax returns don't look ideal due to they've got a big contract and opportunity with IKEA, so they've really ramped up production and expansion of their plant to try to get that going. And banks seem to be less likely to be in the line of credit business or letter of credit business for whatever reason. But RGE, as a part of us attempting to get the letter of credit on their behalf, has agreed to pay the expenses, which is about 1% of the line of credit or letter of credit, and then also give Newport Utilities a lien on their property and equipment there, which is estimated to be valued at about $5 million. So we're really here just to ask for your approval for Newport Utilities to seek a letter of credit for $1 million.
What bank reneged on their letter of credit?
Do what?
What bank reneged on their letter of credit?
United Community Bank.
That's what I thought, UCC. Yeah, there's no risk to Newport Utilities, is there?
No.
And to the taxpayers?
Well, we were already ultimate guarantor of the loan, so no, there's really not any extra risk.
And this IKEA project, that bumps your all's capacity of workers up to how many?
Current projections for 2018 are 85 to 90 employees. Currently, we have 70 employees. So
That's a pretty good lick. Newport.
Is that a written IKEA agreement, contract?
Yes, we have a written contract with IKEA currently.
You've already paid part of it back, hasn't you? And that's the way I understand it.
That is correct.
So this is not coming out of the city or the utilities, and that's what people ask, and there's a lot more they can't lose on it, the way I see it.
The bottom line is Newport Utilities issuing a line of credit. And I make a motion we help this line of credit with the USDA loan through Newport Utilities for this cause.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? Do a roll call, please.
Alderman Jeff Fancher.
Yes, ma'am.
Alderman Mike Hansel.
Yes.
Alderman Bobby Knight.
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Profit.
Yes. Appreciate what y'all have done. That's a pretty good lick of people. We need all the help we can get here, and appreciate what y'all have done.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Next item of business is discussion of adopting Newport Utilities cable franchise.
Mr. McSween is finishing up that particular document. We'll have the ordinance for you to vote on next month.
Okay.
If you guys have got any questions, we can answer them now, but yeah, we'll have it next month.
Thanks, Gary. Item 10, item A, consideration of bids for fuel cards for the city of Newport.
Mayor, there's only one thing in there, and that's the state bid, which is fuel man. And so we only have one option in that, and it's the state bid.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept the bid for fuel man?
I make a motion to accept the bid. Good man.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion from Steve over there.
Any other discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item B is consideration of bids for replacing exterior doors into the city council chambers.
Mayor, that's these doors right here. We spoke in a previous council meeting about what was y'all's pleasure. Did you want to repair or replace the doors? And the agreement was we'd be better off to just totally replace the door, and also it will make them ADA compliant. And so we only got one bid on that as well, and that was from American 24-hour Door, and the bid is $10,339.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the bid?
I'll make a motion to approve the bid.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, Tina.
Alderman Jeff Fancher.
Yes, ma'am.
Alderman Mike Hansel.
Yes.
Alderman Bobby Knight.
Yes.
Alderman Steve Smith.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mike Profit.
I'll vote for it, but that seems like a lot of money for,
That's what I said. When Tina brought it to me, I said, good. But it's an odd size door, and it will have to be, you can't just go buy it. It's got to be custom made, but it still seems like an awful lot of money for a door. But it will be an automatic door that will be handicap
just have
accessible.
one bid and all that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, comments from citizens?
Is that just one door?
The whole unit.
The whole unit.
Two doors, but it's for that door. It's a double door, but it's for one entryway.
Any other comments from citizens? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second? All those in favor indicate by saying yes. Yes. Any opposed?